think I'm gonna play Teferi. Basically, I think that like the best archetypes from what I've seen are like mono green, or maybe just mono green. Or that's usually a bit better if you have the blue splash, the crazy, the power. I think blue-white control is really good. I think Storm's actually pretty good if it's open. I think mono red and mono white are kind of fine. So I think it's either devoted strong. The Scarab God is really, really strong. Spag is bad? I don't think the Spag is that bad. I mean, I think the Fairy is one of the best cards in the cube. I think Devoted Druid's like really, really good. Scarab God's one of the best cards in the cube. Liliana, I mean, one of the best, you know, maybe top 100 or something. Oh, Sneak Attack. Yeah, I'm not an expert on these archetypes. I take the Fairy. Like, it's two color, but Devoted Druid is even narrower in some ways, you know. Could have had him into Liliana, that would have been nice. But yeah, I'm gonna take just the Fairy. Could be Bant. Could take Pilgrim here. Winds of Abandon's pretty good removal spell though. I don't know what to think about that card. I've never had that card be good against me. I haven't seen Skydiver do anything in like 20 drafts or so. Metamorph? I'm not a big Metamorph. But a lot of these opinions are just, you know, based on super small sample, and I could easily be wrong. I think I'm going to take Winds of Abandon. It deals with a lot of stuff. It's sweeper in the late game. I think Avacyn's Pilgrim's also fine. Also, I could abandon my first two picks and be green or something. I think I'm going to take Gideon. Lots of Storm cards. Almost too much Storm cards. You don't want like free Storm cards in every pack or else someone else might go into it. Signet in these decks, because these are the kind of decks you really get punished if you don't open mocks and whatnot and you don't have any signets. The signets definitely grew on me. I was kind of a signet hater, but in these decks, I saw Caleb take Warren Power Stone really high yesterday. He took like a dual land in his 5-color deck. I was kind of surprised. I could take Savannah, like I could still end up being green if green's a bit open. You could take Night's Whisper because I already have Orzhov Signet and black seems kind of open. This is kind of... play with that card. Alright, makes my Upheaval a bit better. Probably not the greatest Upheaval deck, but it's kind of nice to have. This card can be pretty decent. Looks like green was super open. Wow, Devoted Druid literally tabled. That's actually kind of nuts. I was like, I think it might have been the best card in the pack I opened. I was like, definitely top 3. I might just either play Bant or mono green. Could take that in case I get Tinker. That card's pretty hard to beat. Maybe try and play Bant. Maybe that Pilgrim will table too. Mono green's so underrated. Is it though? I mean, isn't like Newmud, who's one of the biggest... Doesn't he think it's like the best art? Could be okay. Oh, let's take it, you know. Yeah, I mean, if you have to be a solo mono green player, but pretty much that's kind of true for every archetype in every draft format. Wow, on color mod. Maybe we'll table a Tub, Blade Splicer, maybe Splash of Crisis. I mean, you might not... I'm just gonna take Elspeth and not be green, I guess. I think my power level's high enough that... Dex. The first one is nice. Misk or Hallowed Fountain? I think you need to take Hallowed Fountain, but I don't have any counter spells yet. I don't know. I have a Signet. That's fixing. This feels really bad. I might table one of the like either Gideon or Hallowed Fountain in this pack. This pack's pretty good. That's a yikes. This might not be worse in some matchups. It's pretty rare that Armageddon's going to be good in your control deck, but you never know. I don't mind like a Disenchant, I wouldn't mind a Balance, I wouldn't spells. There's some counter spells. Am I ever gonna play Conjecture? Probably not. I was thinking about maybe taking Cultivate. Yeah, it's this pretty good balance deck. Planeswalkers and Mana Rocks. Pretty good land tax deck too. It's a card we could easily get. Balance is pretty easy to get too. And the elves keep coming. Better Retreat is probably only good if you have fetch lands. Oh, it's just bad. Oracle could be good. Play some long games. Palinchron or Field of Ruin. I'll take Field of Ruin. Feather seems pretty bad to me. Sword's good in some matchups. Wow. Oh yeah, Mono Green was... We knew that in pack 1. I could have maybe switched, honestly, when that Devoted Root tabled. Might have not been horrendous to switch. Tried to switch just to see, but... I mean, I don't know. I've been doing well with Mono Green because I've been getting a lot of Nissa early on in the drafts. And it's like kind of the best cards. Or one of the like best cards you can hope for. Maybe Crater Hoof too, like... Alright, Blue Mox. Time Walk. Mana Crypt. I think it's only my second Crypt. I still have an open Black Lotus. I mean, Mana Crypt in control is a bit scary, but I do have Upheaval and stuff. I'm always going to take it. There's like nothing in the pack too. Maybe that Trinket will table. Mana Crypt Armageddon, Daityr and Mana Crypt. Sounds good. Wow, Tundra. Tundra, Muldrifter, Crater. I'll take... Muldrifter seems pretty good in my deck. I'll take the fixing though. If I get Cryptic Command or something, it's nice to have like a bunch of dual lands. Not channel. Nice, I'll take Condemn. Very sideboard. Little mouse. We passed Crucible, right, earlier in the draft, I think. Strip Mine seems pretty good in my deck. Fire Ice, all decent. Have white red, white green. Could do that. Could take Banishing Light. I'm not too sure what to pick it. I don't think it's Time Spiral. I don't think Time Spiral makes a ton of sense. You just need Banishing Light, maybe? Yeah, it's always rough when an archetype's super open and you just pass it all. It's the beats of draft. Let's take Vanishing Lights. I don't think Kitchen Fink's very good. Pretty good Solemn deck. Commit's always solid. Oh, we did get the Tinker. Wow, we would have gotten the Nissa too. Wow. I'll have Tinker, Crypt, Mox. Oh, it's pretty good. I don't have Brainstorm though. Probably a 2-1, if I had to guess. Average 2 wins. Not sure I'll play Signet. I might. I never got Crisis right. Oh, looks like Storm was open. So people didn't draft Storm, they didn't draft Mono Green. Draft Mono Red because Idle and Tape. Sometimes I wonder what people draft. No one drafted Mono Green, no one drafted Mono Red. No one drafted Storm. Maybe someone drafted Storm and they just didn't get the Young well, so they didn't take the LED. Because that's possible. Probably a lot of blue drafters actually. I saw like pretty much no blue. Right. Maybe first pick Teferi is... My first pick first back was Teferi, Hero of Dominaria over Devoted Druid and over Liliana of the Veil. I think these were the cards that were standing out to me in the first taken Devoted Druid. Could play Hangerback. I have a lot of mana, NF, Tinker. I don't think I'm going to play Iona. I could play Iona. Also, is this an upheaval deck? I guess it's all the Mox. It's an upheaval deck. Alright, no library. That would have been a good library deck. What do we think? Is Conjecture good in my deck? Instant, sorcery, but that's... Because the Conjecture sucks in my deck. And Gearhulk probably sucks, so I only have Commit to Memory. I guess it's the second Tinker target. Upheaval Nonbo is Banishing Light, yeah. It's probably a bit too good when you have a Mox and a Crypt. Nah, we only have Commit to Memory for Gearhulk. It's pretty sad. It might just be like good just to have a 5/6 flash, honestly. I might have to play like Hard Advantage for Smokestack. It's Smokestack's to Fairy Time Raveler. I could sag the Smokestack. These sideboards. Probably want to play 17 lands in this deck. Might flood a bit. Stacks. Oh yeah. Alright, I'll play the Smokestack in the main deck. I kind of like that. Yeah, I have Essless Stone Champion. That's a good point. Alright, or should I have any of these cards? What does Recruiter get? Toughness 2 or less. Gets Hangerback. Gets Solemn. That's it. I don't think I have enough creatures for sword. I do have Gideon, but these guys would. So it's like Condemn or Iono. Hey Adam. Hey Adam, what do you think you're trying to win a trophy? What's the best first pick, first back? My first back had Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, Devoted to Veil. I'm trying to think if there was anything else that... Armageddon? Nah. I'm not gonna play Armageddon in this deck. Oh, that was the Scarab God too. Legion of the Veil, Devoted Druid. Splash green. Black. I think black's kind of weak though, especially heavy black, but could be wrong. 17, 19, 22, 23, 23 mana sources. But I mean, my sideboard cards kind of suck. I guess one is, do you play Field of Ruin? Don't wait to shuffle my deck for any reason. Not really. It's Devoted Druid by a lot. I could see that. The extra white, but also have early double white. Yeah, Condemn. Condemn's pretty narrow though. I might have one too many mana sources. I like playing a lot of lands, but I do have Mox Crypt and Triple Signet and Power Stone, and my deck is like not that expensive. I'll try Condemn. Probably like close to 2 wins, maybe under 2 wins. What Star Wars movie is Vintage Cube most like? Dude, you always have the weirdest questions and I never know how to answer. This one is specifically nonsensical. As someone called it. Hangerback Walker Smokestack. That's a pretty good hand. You appreciate my cube addiction? Yeah. It's fine. I mean, historics can't be that hard to figure out, right? I can probably just play 4-color Sultai and be fine. I don't know. After this weekend, I would maybe say The Return of the Jedi. The Revenge of the... Yeah, the Empire Strikes Back. Our team was... not only Thoughtseize bug, but I upgraded. How many lands is right for the blue-white deck? I might just honestly play the list that Eclipse's been playing. He made top 8 again. Yeah. Wow. Get wrecked. Nailed pretty fast. Time Walk Call Against command. Their deck looks not dual land. Grindy card. Looks like we got high roll chat. Yeah, I guess I don't have Factor Fiction. I don't have Treasure Cruise. Just pretty good card advantage, honestly, but Maybe I was supposed to a second blue. I mean, it's kind of obvious if I take that, but I don't know. Maybe I'll fall for it. I don't know if it's obvious, but it's definitely highly suspicious. But sometimes, you know. Can't assume every opener is just gonna be like 200 IQ. How do you decide how many lands to own in constructed decks? I mean, you've seen me build decks. I mean, I can't answer that question. I could, but it would take a while. Am I supposed to just do that on my turn? Is there a reason to not do it on my turn? Probably not, right? That was a mistake. Was this suspect play? I strip mine Lava Claw Reaches when I had a Hangerback Walker, and I left them with Creeping Tar Pit, because I had Condemn in hand, hoping they would just attack with their Creeping Tar Pit. And they did. I'm just playing my lands because of... Like, I'm going to play lands until I get to, like... I guess I have Inkwell in my deck. Usually what I like to do is play lands until I can cast every card I can top deck in my deck. And then maybe I'll hold a land in case they like use it. But since I have 6, 7, 9 mana cards in my deck, that'd be a good draw. Tinker for the 7/9 Shroud Eleanor. That card might be the best 9 Shroud. It can be Sundering Titan. It can be Citadel. Alright, never mind. No Tinker. Imagine losing to Grixis. I think Grixis is pretty good. It's probably a decent archetype. Grixis value. Strix, Call Against Command. I mean, you've got all the removal. It might be one of the best archetypes, actually. Why not sandbag the land? Because if they draw a Him or Liliana, I don't want to lose my land when I have cards I could cast. Uh-oh, looks like a Treasure Cruise. That's not good. Rip. Yeah, that Call Against Command. They got my Signet and my Teferi. That's kind of nuts. Maybe I was supposed to discard a land, but I didn't have too many lands at that point. You like baiting the Restaurantes? Yeah, I disagree. It's better to play the land. I don't have a ton of creatures, so Alishtar's like not stellar in my deck, but it's like decent payoff. I didn't have any payoffs anyways. Could have Misk. They'd probably cycle Misk at that point in the game though, once I get to like 7 mana. Days. People don't play Days in my experience. I haven't seen anyone play Days. Alright, Gideon would be nice. Elspeth would be nice. I didn't get Narset either. That would be nice, was my commit. At least I drew commit, so now if I drew Gearhulk, I have something good to go with it. So we know they have burst on our mystery cards. Ooh, nice. Who gets more out of memory? Us or them? Probably them, because they get to untap first with 7 cards. They just revolve. Yeah, there's just not that many counterspells in the Vintage Cube, which is nice. I think that's one of my favorite things about this cube is that there's not a lot. I don't know if there used to be more counterspells, but it's nice. They remove like Mystic Confluence, I think. They remove like a few of the good blue cards. I think I should probably commit the Bob. Plus, it would be a really bad draw for them in 2 turns, you know? That's like what's great about that card. Like the reason why I like the white removal, unexpectedly absent, you get to choose in the late game if... Uh-oh. I think it's just Burst Lightning. That means I have no lands in hand? That means I have like all spells? They might have better than Burst Lightning. Hopefully it's just Burst Lightning. And not like Time Walk or, I mean, Ancestral Recall or something dumb. Okay. Now they can get rid of it. That's their entire hand. They're just dying to my 1/1s. So we know they have a spell in hand, so I wonder what it is. I mean, I guess I could. How much mana do I? Yeah, I agree. I think it's pretty bad. I think it's a losing play to cast Memory, even though I do have like free mana up after I cast it. Maybe if I wrote end up their turn, and then I get to... And it still might be a bad play, you know, especially... I'm surprised they didn't trade last turn. I don't know what they're hoping for that Seagate Stormcaller. I mean, no sense. Yeah, I agree it seems risky. They have Time Walk in their deck. They have like some pretty scary card. Oh. Tap Upheaval. Oh, you think they might have? Nice to have like, oh, like, go poorly. Yeah, pretty likely to have Fallen Shinobi in their deck. I don't know, like, you know, probably 25% chance to have Fallen Shinobi. Kind of annoying, actually. I guess I should bring in Field of Ruin in this matchups. Upheaval Soul unlocks. It's a nice, maybe I'll just do it next. Just stack with everyone here in Upheaval. Or just that. Alright. It's... You can't spell land. Not sure what I'm supposed to do here. Yeah, I should have just cast my Gabriel. Yeah. Probably. Oh. Pretty grindy game. And walk Walk, Seagate, Spellseeker. Spellseeker, Seagate, Time Walk's pretty scary. I should have just played the Gearhulk naked last turn and then upheaval on my turn probably. I mean, Armageddon could be good. We have. Yeah, turn on Feel Everin. My hand's pretty bad, obviously. I've tried the rest. Yeah. Recruit of the guards. Yeah, I could. Doesn't sound very exciting. So I have Mana Leak. I'm not sure if I want to Feel Everin. I guess I have Condemn 4. I'm kind of like forcing them to choose. I'm also giving them an extra land. I should have done that in their upkeep. You could just have like Fact or Fiction. That's pretty bad. Could have just played Signet. I could have played Teferi. Maybe I'm playing a bit scared. It's kind of nice to have one threat against someone who has counter spells in their deck. This way they can't tap out. Also, I figured I could just play around Mana Leak in like a couple turns anyway, so. Gonna get traded by a Tilt Colligans command. Looks like. Sure. Even better. Well, that's game winning. Oh no, I can just bounce it. I think they're just realizing now what they did. That awkward pause of like, whoops. I just spewed -2. I'm just gonna mind. Especially if they have like Narset in their deck. Their deck's pretty great. Volt and Burst Lightning in your Grixis deck is not ideal, especially in the main. Yeah. I won with my Planeswalker. They're winning with their Planeswalker. GG. I think their deck's better than mine. Probably better in the matchup. You got Time Walk, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's... I'm aware they have deck and they can steal my Power Stone. Well aware. They won't steal my Signet. Maybe I get... Alright. I could still win. If they don't have something crazy, if they don't have like Seagates slash it back in a couple... Planeswalkers. I might bring in a Recruiter, honestly. I think I'm going to bring in a Recruiter. Sword. That's like kind of ambitious. Pretty poor to not use Chandra Plus first if you're going to Chandra Plus. Then they redraw it at some point. Forces them to use that. Oh. To get timed out. You know I don't like it when people tell me when I should scoop. I have eyes everywhere. They're fine. Just giving you a little shit. Just lets you time to think about the matchup and if you want to sideboard anything. I wish I had Mutavault. That would be probably pretty decent against them. The one thing I have going for me is that Thinker for that card in my deck, and I don't think they can really beat it. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to bring in the swords. It was open just enough that my deck's pretty reasonable, but... Do I like not even want Condemn even though they have these manlands? I might just not want... Yeah, I kept in game one, I've seen most of it. But yeah. I think I'm gonna bring in Recruiter and just Oracle. I'd honestly bring in like... Grixis Super Friends. Grixis splashing for blue white. What do I like better in Modern, Reman, or Mana Leak? Depends on the deck, but probably Mana Leak a bit more. I can bring in the swords, kind of high risk, high rewards. I'm actually 1 mana off casting Alishnorn. I don't know, they didn't get a Shatter Ultimate for some reason. Should I commit my own Teferi? Is decking me? Might have Mana Leak in hand. Oh, that's in their graveyard, never mind. Yeah, they're pretty low on the clock too, and they just didn't ultimate Chandra for some reason. Oh, it's only 9 to ultimate? Okay. Wrath of God. Whoops. Okay, that would one. Is that what Sherlock Holmes says in French too? Or in English? Elementary, élémentaire, mon cher Watson. What does he say in English? What's the equivalent? Elementary, my dear. So it's not just a French thing. I guess I'll put counters. Forgo Elishnorn. Oh, I get to sack an island. Oh, right. I only get to sack one permanent. Maybe I should have sacked my island. Yeah. Oh well. It's kind of bad. I guess I can just steal my solo anyways. Chat, I'm in try-hard mode today. I'm going for the trophies. Even if it means timing out my opponents. This is game 2. Not stealing my smokestack. I mean, I don't know. If they have like internet lag, it's kind of shitty to make them play it out. If they're doing like something else at the same time, or I don't feel as bad. Alright, so we Wrath of God out. Maybe just I can't even get, maybe just an Oracle is that's fast if I'm really doing the clock thing. Which I think is good enough in this matchup, honestly. It would be if I draw both before I draw my... Just having that extra one. Worst cards. I guess I'm not gonna strip mine them. I wonder if that's a mistake. I could just go like land time walk into my strip mine, kind of sucks. It's pretty unlucky to draw my inkwell, but I think that's just gonna happen. I can Tinker for... I mean, Tinker is not that great against them anymore. Solemn Armageddon's kind of weird. Oh wow. Hey Henrik, how's Teamer Binder? I meant to check the stream out, but I forgot. We have a... I drew my one good Tinker target, but Opponent's mana screwed and they're running out of low on time too. Should probably just Armageddon. And if they counter it, that's fine. Now I know I can play my lands. 3-2 as expected, yeah. If your like deck is kind of reasonable, you know, and you're not playing like total memes, like you can always hope for that 3-2. I kind of want to get Solemn and Culligan's command, the less likely. Smokestack's probably like... Also, Solemn's nice because it means like if I draw a couple lands in a row, I get to just hard quell. 20 seconds. Fast. Now we're gonna do it with something. Thief of Sanity was it. Well, feel pretty fortunate to have won this matchup. Dog. We have like similar decks, except they have better cards. I have like the gimmicks on my side and the crypt and tinker and stuff, and they have just better cards, I guess. Maybe they have a weird way of decking me. Hello, Boobool. Let's see. Now what's going on here? Chat, Leviathan. They could have actually turned the corner really fast. Dark Dweller Time Walk, that's no joke. That's a clock. I wonder if they had a way to win this game, or if I would have won was my next. Then they had to survive their Bob too. I don't want to change anything in my deck. From the guard, honestly, after this man. I mean, it could be a really good hand. Could be pretty crappy hand if they're like a control deck. Even against a green deck, this hand sucks. It's like good against pretty much only aggro, and even that I have my 2/6 drops. No crypt, no mob. Busted was mana crypt. Feels like I've lost already, but we'll see. Maybe it was hit and run. Yeah, that's I think someone else played Flesh Blood maybe later, but yeah, maybe it was hit and run, 8 damage. It's like, makes more sense if it was that block constructed too, right? Four Baba Emrakul. Yeah, but playing like 1 Blightsteel, or I mean, I guess you probably had 4 Emrakul. Yeah, well, you're killing people really fast. No grill action. One color mox. It's pretty unlucky. Alright, the question is, do I just condemn here? I think so. Alright, all the 6 mana cards. All of them. I'm gonna save my Winds of Abandon, I think. I'm gonna travel here right now. Shaft. I don't know if Dried Arbor was ever in the queue, but you don't want every last combo like greens, like all like gimmick Velvet Narrow. Looks like they might have drawn a removal spell if they're attacking there. I wonder if I should even pump. Big. I agree. I don't know why I did that so bad, actually. I mean, I had Winds and Upheaval in hand, so I had a little insurance, but I knew. I mean, this is just bad. I'm just not respecting my opponent. And it's screwed. Oh, that went downhill real fast. Not sure what I'm supposed to do. It's kind of bad wins. I'm shuffling the like bad cards. You know what would be good? Mana Crypt. I can go Upheaval Titan. I don't have any artifact. I should just block and block, right? No, I should just jump. As long as they don't have like something like an Ulamog cards, they basically get to draw their entire deck over the next 2 turns. Yeah, that's not great. I don't think I really had a choice. Hopefully they don't have... Am I just dead? I mean, that's not too bad, right? You need to be a bit careful. I think I just say go. If I upheaval, I get to go upheaval, land signet, and then tinker. If I say go, I get to Gearhulk, Terrastodon, or Condemn Terrastbush. Upheaval seems pretty solid, right? Even though they have Mock. It'd be so good if I could wait one more turn, though. Good call, that ancient grudge. It makes all my plans worse. I think I have to go with the gear hold plan. I have to bait out the grudge first. It's kind of scary, it gives them a lot of cards. Land and then land signet. Land Sylvan, land kill your signet, and then I'm stuck like with nothing. Hey Christoph. Yellowhat. Thanks for the raid, bud. Standard for Christoph. Quick turn on standard. That's not the end of the world. So I'm just dead if they have another artifact removal spell. So if I get rid of that and they kill Gear Halt, I take 13 either way. Come on, Mox Crypt. You can do it, deck. You can do it. I mean, you see what I have in here? It would have been amazing. Would still be good. I'd still take a crypt right now. That shit's gonna kill me. Is food not good, Christoph? Have you tried playing food a bit? Especially if everyone's playing Gruel. It's just fine. TGBot, you can follow me on Twitter. How many? I'm at 22K. I feel like I've kind of peaked for like Magic Twitter. I don't know how you get more than I know how Luis and LSE Luis and Huey have like 40, 60K. Like I don't know where the extra 20K comes from. Alright, it's not amazing, but hopefully good enough. Yeah, Huey had that one tweet that when tweets go viral like that, people follow you, maybe they follow you, and then they probably just unfollow you. Like, it's a lot of people who are not active on Twitter. Have you considered being American? Yeah, that's a good point. Who's the Magic player with the biggest Twitter following? Is it Wace? Jerry? Or is it 91K? Until Iron College. I might have more followers, makes sense. Alright, so they have Chandra, they have Chandra in hand. Smokestack's not very good, but what did he get back was Witness? They return Lightning Bolt. I guess I'm dead. Yeah, Kibler is different. Yeah, I mean, I guess Kibler kind of counts, but Killer is mostly from Hearthstone. I didn't think about Kibler. How to improve the rogues matchup for food? Do you have them? Like playing an oven and having 4 Troll Kings and kind of trying to beat them that way, maybe? I'm not countering any of these cards. But I don't know if it's probably just, you know, not that great of a matchup. So I can let them attack. Then I can commit the sword. I think that's my best bet. Hope they don't. The only attack was Bloodbraid Elf. They still have Bolt in hand. I still need to draw something that does something. But now I can actually win. They didn't necessarily play bad, like best case scenario for me. Of course I'd draw another land because, you know, it'd be too easy if I drew a spell, but... I'm just gonna bluff attack Chandra, but then I still die to just Chandra plus and Bolt. So it really doesn't matter. Cast Memory? Wait, why did Chandra die? Oh, it has Trample! I forgot I had Trample. Oh, wow. I mean, I'm still gonna lose, I'm sure, because, you know, they have like a million cards in hand. Yeah, I was like kind of making the desperate. And we talked about it earlier, how someone mentioned it in last match that it had Trample. So what's in there? That Grudge, Ravel Master, Bolt, Tracker. That looks pretty good at grinding. I think I can take over if I have a good draw as a Mox, but that Grudge... Why didn't he just take the sword and kill... No, the sword doesn't kill me. The sword... Alright, we need... I don't even know what we need. I don't think I can draw anything, really. Oh yeah, right, that's still Bolt in hand. I think my deck is fine against theirs. Maybe a Recruiter of the Guard just to have a chum blocker if I have anything bad in my deck, but I don't have any of these bad cards. I mean, I knew my deck's not super strong. I feel like either Tinker draw or, you know, at least draw my planes. I haven't really drawn my Planeswalkers. Kept keeping like sketchy opening hands. Maybe I don't mulligan enough. Maybe I don't mulligan enough overall. Sphinx? Yeah, Force Sphinx would have been good. Even just like a Treasure Cruise, a Factor Fiction, like a little card advantage. Or a slightly better quality card, you know, maybe Sword instead of Condemn. Maybe not have to play that Smokestack. Even though, hey, Rex Smokestack's kind of nice. Ooh, there we go. Was that even good? That seems pretty good. Becky, 518 was 4.5 hours ago. Isn't it 20 ranks per hour towards the end of the season? You're super safe, I think. Like mega safe. Wow, Tracker against Smokestack. That's kind of a beating. I'll use it anyways. Ooh. It's like, I'm gonna get Tinker now. It kind of cripples me. I get kind of like maybe Teferi first. Also, like if I ever draw into a blue, it's pretty nice upside. We have to sack our Sylvan Library. It's always been 1 minute, 1 rank at the end of the season. I thought it was 20 rank per hour. That's what I remember. Why they sacked? That seems bad because that lets you go like land, tracker a land, and then you have a clue that you can sack to the tracker. All right, what am I sacking? I guess I'll just sack the fairy. I see always pick heads because I'm not a Munson. So what wins the games more often? Tracker. That might highest EV play. Incredibly high EV plays. Yeah, Shocker, Mana Crypt. Mana Crypt is a good card. Yeah, they really like that library. The intense value out of library. On 2. I'm gonna sack. Oh. I should have made a token. Should have an extra token, obviously. Wow, I didn't lose a single flip when it absolutely doesn't matter. I think this is just me being dumb now. I guess I might want to tinker away the smokes. That's one thing I should have considered. I mean, it didn't matter. My hand was so good, but maybe in the closer consideration that I could. Emblem, you understand me just emblem and 2-shot. Alright, just have to do it again. Easy, right? I do have Mox and Crypt, but I do have Ancient Grudge. Alright. Bunch up to be a winning line. No elf turn on. I drew my land right away. Always nice. It's pretty scary. Mulligan, I guess. Not like this deck. Not like this. It's not so good against Grudge. Added a land. I would have cut the. I could have maybe cut the off-color signets, so I'm less likely to get like 2-for-1 by Grudge early in the game. I guess I do have Tinker in my deck. Bloodbraid Elf. What if they Bloodbraid Elf into Ancient Grudge? That's pretty good for me. Lost the Makis into 1/8 in Q. What do you draft, Felix? What do you draft, Makis? Tracker, I guess. And I can go to Fairy minus on it. Or I could just get Daddy. Probably just get rid of the Tracker. Yeah, that was a good Wrath of God. Just perfect. Left nothing behind, just few lands. Witness, okay. Witness Ruffles, okay. So that means that like expect. Oh, to Fairy Plus first. Maybe that's bad. I mean, I guess it's just Tinker, right? There's a reason why that card's busted. Yeah. So what do they have in here? We know they have Terrastodon, so we should think about them going... You can also go Gideon this turn. No. Go to Fairy Plus, then they attack it down to 3, and then have to minus... I'm gonna have to use that Teferi to minus on Rathalos at some point. I think the line is just... Maybe Gideon's like more damage over time? Somehow? Could go Gideon. I guess Gideon's pretty bad against Glorybringer. Glorybringer in hand. They would have gotten back. Yeah, Gideon's better if I go Gideon into Teferi minus Rathalos, but I mean 7-11 kills him really fast. They play Rathalos. I get 7-11. Tinker 7-11, they play Rathalos. I tag them down to 13, minus on Rathalos. They do something, I tag them. I think it's just Tinker. Also think it does draw Ancient Grudge. Like, what if they draw Ancient Grudge? I guess I'm still in okay shape if I went Gideon into Teferi minus, but it's alright. Just sometimes use Teferi as like a bad removal spell, but it's probably good enough to win the game. See? Also, they could have like Sword in their deck, right? Why do they have Sword? And I say go. They already played Bloodbraid. I think Sword, maybe Sword of Fire and Ice is one of the reasons why Sango could be kind of a disaster. That would have been nice here. Well, from what we've seen in the first two games. Just Gideon. Probably just Gideon. Maybe Gearhawk is better. So let's see. If I play Gideon and make a 2-2, And they play Glorybringer and attack Gideon. It's fine. His Gideon is good. Glorybringer doesn't save them anymore, sort of body in mind. I get a blocker. Questing Beast? Wow. Look here. Maybe they have it. Alright, they didn't have it. I totally forgot. I reached my goal. 2-1 was that deck's pretty solid. It was Black Lotus, Makis. Turn 1 Koth. Wow. Nice. I haven't had Black Lotus yet. Not sure. Not sure if I'll get a Black Lotus before the end of the season. Could be worse spells. Oh, you got turn 1 Koth. Oh, is it Mono Red was Black Lotus? They have mulligans, but they have a Mox. My hand doesn't really do. Maybe I'll just trip mine. And Crypt, so I could catch up. Gives you more time to draw them. Not cool, says the turn 1 freebooter. Hangerback has been nuts. Hangerback has been... I mean, I do have a few synergies. What do I even do here? Just plus, I guess? If I bounce that, they replay. I mean, I guess if I bounce it, they have to replay it rather than play maybe like a... Yeah, I think I just like bouncing it because now they have to replay it. I get a turn. Nice card. I don't know how good Ashok actually is. It's just so hard to rate. I'm like the biggest Ashok hater, but... Ooh, Vigilance. That's sick, actually. Yeah, it's attack Ashok. Oh, and I get to put the counter right away? Right. Oh, that was nice. Dude, the pigeon pet's so funny. Yikes, bunch of unplayable cards. I drew. Bye 5 mana to Fairy. I don't know, Wrath of God might be really good too. Back and Gideon that doesn't care and instant speed to Fairy. I might actually take Wrath. I think I'm supposed to take Wrath and hope I never draw land. How bad can that be, right? And Makis is right again. Gideon's just busted. So incredible, Makis. No, not like this. Oh, please no. Or two. Maybe why did I tap my hanger back walker on my turn? That was bad. Again, it was large. Gregassin, the Billy. Thanks for the Happy New Year wishes. Oh, Manila. Is it already the New Year in Manila? Are you +7? People are already going into the New Year, I guess. It's been 4 hours. Yeah, so how's 2021 compared to 2020? Better or worse so far? Toxic Deluge. That's fine. That's nice. Means I get to keep my Teferi for now. Yeah, the New Year's jokes are pretty bad, I agree. Ada lands in the cheap spell. And then Jace to fair. They're probably going to snap up the lands. Why, they snapped up Jace and Thief of Sanity? Really? I mean, Thief is not even a card against my board. Look at that. Psychological warfare, untapping double island. And this Inquisition is good versus blue-white. Oh, lol. What's up, Mark? It really looks like I have a counterspell now. That I don't want to get hit by Wasteland. Ooh, they scooped. That's Mox Black Lotus Jace. That Thief of Sanity, Ashiok, and a Freebooter. Sword of Body and Man's probably pretty good against them. I'm not going to Armageddon against someone who has a Black Lotus. That matchup. And then is bad. Just giving them extra lands just too bad. Just keep Wrath and Condemn. This deck is working barely. I mean, I thought my deck was pretty medium, and I've barely won the first 2 rounds. And well, this is my high roll draw. No Inquisition plays. I mean, they could have Inquisition, they could have like a Lotus draw. Jeez. Why did they play their land first? Oh, they have Inquisition in their deck? Just Inquisition, my signal lose. And 2/2 Hangerback or Recruiter for Solemn. But I don't want to play Solemn anyways. I don't have time for Solemn right now. Let's do 2/2 Hangerback. Why do you choose Heads when tail never fails. Everyone knows you're supposed to choose heads. Yes. Because speaking always. What do you think, chats? I think heads again, though. Yeah. I needed whites here. What am I supposed to Teferi minus the Leovold or the... White could go recruit or Solemn. I just need to get rid of Leovold. Now we only have Solemn and Hangerback Walker. Attacking and attacking Jace. I think that's pretty bad because then they get to go like play a land, kill my Teferi, plus thingy. I think that's like pretty bad line. Just stuck Jace, I guess. No, maybe Recruiter Solemn was actually the one. Okay, minus attack, it goes down to, and then they go. Yeah, I was supposed to play Recruit, I blew it. Oh, I blew it. Wow. That was actually, yeah, I guess Lock-in or White. Yeah, it might be my best. Recruiter Solemn. That's the draw. That's a draw, as they would say. Because I'm just going to try and cheese them. Or keep Condemn up. Winds of Abandon and Elish Norn. And a Recruiter. I've got 1/1 hanger. Yeah, I can take. I want to play. Could just say go. It's tough. What do they have in hand? Kinda just want to play Hangerback Walker. And they might have casualties. Guess I'll just say go. Beast was in my island. Draw an extra card. Yeah, I should probably use my draw Spiral or a Twister. For 1 mana. Great. We know about what else they have. Yeah, Leo's harder to cast. I gotta wait as well. I could just save it for next turn. It's not like I have much. One less attacker. I was gonna commit now in case they have like Time Spiral, I guess. It's a bit scared. I was found a bit late to the party. I need Tinker. How about that Jace? They're Jace plussing me. They're just killing me. Even Tinker doesn't save me anymore. Do I have another equipment I can draw? I boarded out Elishnorn. Boarded out my Wrath of God. No, I kept it in. Maybe Wrath of God can... Alright. Forgot about that. Alright, hopefully we don't get just black low in a row. Bit lame-o. We only saw a Mox and a Black Lotus. And Condemn, we saw Thief of Sanity. Yeah. And get an extra land. I mean, Leo just so brutal. It doesn't target, and it's like late game sweeper. Yeah, I'll have it in my deck. Maybe Armageddon's just kind of bad. Maybe Gearhulk is too expensive. I mean, I have the nuts. I either turn. It's better. Gideon first. We saw Liliana in their deck, but they also need to get rid of the token first. If I do Tinker next turn. One thing is just Tinker right away. Because if I go Gideon, I get to make another token next turn. And attack for 6 anyways. I mean, the downside is that I lose Tinker to Inquisition. I almost like Gideon better. Thingy, they could have like a removal spell for my token and then Liliana for my thingy. Is it clearly? How do they win if I go Gideon first? Mox. Tinker the Mox sounds decent. How does blue black green deal with like the Inkwell? What is there in the format? They have Deluge. Did they have Deluge? Someone had Deluge against me. That was my. We haven't seen Deluge. They could copy it to make their own. He had an edict, but I'm gonna have tokens from Hanger back. I don't think it's gonna matter. I think I'm gonna win either way, but I don't know. I guess I wouldn't still form this if it weren't Power Stone. Dirty Lemon 9809. Also, I guess they could have Force of Will, right? I mean, we didn't see the entire deck. If I go Tinker and have Force of Will, I get like incredibly out-tempoed. Dirty Lemon, thanks again for the Twitch Prime sub. Obviously, the best and easiest way to support my stream is to use your Amazon Prime account to sub with the Twitch Prime. I was going to Tinker the Mox away in case they have Toxic Deluge. I could have gotten the Sword. That would have been cool too. Alright, looks like we high rolled opponent. I'll have to win game 3 now on the first game. Alright, we got a trophy. I felt like I kind of robbed my opponents, but I guess my deck was decent. I did have Crypt and Mox. And Tinker. I mean, I can get these draws. Alright, try hard modes.